Hey guys, it's Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at another cool little game from Cheapass Games called Deadwood Studios USA. Deadwood Studios USA is a 2 to 6 player game where players are actors, aspiring actors, and they're trying to move around the Hollywood studios, trying to do the best acting that they can do. Sometimes you have to rehearse. Sometimes you have to go, pay money or fame to make yourself better by buying marketing ads or whatever actors do. It's a simple, easy to teach family game. Let's go to the table, see how it plays. Alright, so here's a game of Deadwood Studios USA set up for a 4-player game. To set up, you're going to put these little clapper tokens that look like the little cut deal that directors use on each of the spots on the board. You're going to put a scene card, which has this back, on every space that looks like this, that has a name. You're going to give each player a die showing 1 pip. That's their level 1 value worker. Everybody's going to start in the trailers. And you're going to put the day 1 card right here. You're going to put the rehearsals right here. This is what you get when you rehearse. Points and money. And you're also going to have these 6 dice that you're going to be rolling when we take actions. Alright, so on a player's turn, you're going to be able to do one of a few things. First thing you can do is you can move to another room through any doorway. So say it's red player's turn. They move into here. Then when you move, you can decide that you want to start working on an acting roll. So when you go to this room, you will flip this card. So we'll say this is what this player does. They go in here, they flip this card. You can decide to put your number 1 worker on any spot in this area that's a 1, either on the card or off the card. So this player doesn't really want to do that, so they're not going to do that. Because it gets more valuable, you want to get on the card because that's where a lot of the stuff the money and fame comes in. But not being on the card, being off the card is okay. So green player, they're going to go this way. They're going to flip a card. They can't go anywhere because they don't have a 1 space. So the blue player will go this way. They'll flip a card. Ooh, they're going to jump on the cards. So they're going to put their 1 on the 1. The very wet man. Sheesh. That's the roll that they need to say. They have 1 word. Sheesh. All right. So that's it for their turn. Black player, they want to go... They're going to go over here, and they want to take this roll from this player. So then it's red player's turn again. They're going to go through this door. See if there's a 1. Still no 1, so they can't work here either. So then it's green player's turn. I think I might be out of turn. I'm just going to show you a few quick turns, and then I'll show you what happens when a scene is completed. So green player's turn. They're going to move over here. They're going to flip this card. There are a couple 1s, so they're going to come here. It's blue player's turn. Now they're on a card. So on your turn, if you're working, this is called working when you're on a card, you're going to roll 1 die, and you have to get a result that's equal to the budget. So in this card, it's a 5 or higher. So I need to roll a 5 or a 6. So I cannot do that, and I can rehearse. So rehearsing is going to add 1 to my dice roll for every rehearsal script that I have. So I'm going to go ahead and rehearse, and that's the action. So then we're going to go to black. They need a 5 as well, so they're going to rehearse. We'll go back to red. They're still trying to get to be able to do some work, so they're going to come here, flip the card. They're tired of waiting, so they're going to jump in. Green, they're on this card. They have a 4. They think they can do it, so they're going to do some acting. So they got a 6. All right, so when you're on a card and it's successful, you are going to get 2 fame points. So they take 2 points, just so I don't forget who gets what. I'm going to put it there. So they get 2 fame points. And you flip 1 of the clappers over. The scene is over when all the clappers are flipped. The day is over when all the scenes are completed except for 1. So we'll go ahead and play through a couple more, and then I'll show you what happens with a few other actions. Then it's blue's turn. They're going to rehearse again. Black, they're going to rehearse again because they need to get a high die roll. Red, they are going to start working. So they need a 4. They think they can do it. So they roll, they get a 1. So they failed. If you're not on a card and you fail, you get $1. So even though they didn't successfully complete a scene, they get $1. Green's turn. They're going to try it again. They did all right last time. They got a 5. All right. So they get 2 more fame. And they flip another scene, another clapper. Blue's turn. They're going to try to roll. So they need a 3 or higher. Got a 6. All right. You get to keep your rehearsal scripts until the end of the scene and then they go away. So they're on a card. So they get 2 fame. We'll go to the black player. They're going to try as well. They succeeded a lot. If you're not on a card and you succeed in the die roll, you get $1 and 1 fame. So this player has $1 and 1 fame. You're going to keep doing this until all the scenes except 1 are flipped. And then we're going to move on to the second day. Stipulation, once you're on a card, you have to stay there, or once you're working in a scene, you have to stay there until the scene is done. So you can't just, it's not going very well, so I'm going to move. No, you have to stay there and finish the scene until it's done. So say, let's just go ahead and say that all the scenes were like this. This scene was done, so this player can move. The card goes away. This player moves into here. So this is the casting office. This is how you level up your die. So there's a cost. If you want to go from a 1 to a 2, it costs $4 or 5 fame. And it's a cost to go all the way up the chain. You can go straight from lowest to highest, but you got to pay all the money. So it's just easier to work your way through it. And the higher dice you get, the better opportunities you're going to get paid out when the scene clears. If you're on a card, say this player was on this card when at a 3, when it completed. They would roll dice equal to the budget. So in this case, a 5. They roll 5 dice. And they get assigned like this. So 5, 4, 3, 1, 1. So wherever you have a die, you get money equal to the pips above you. So if there was a die here, they get 6. They get 5. This player would get $3. If there's anybody off the card, they're going to get money equal to their pips. So if there was a 2 here, they get a 2. If there was a 3 here, they get a 3. If there was a 5 here, they would get a 5. That's just how it works. So you're going to do this over a series of 4 rounds at a 4-player game, and whoever has the most points is the winner. There's really not much more to it than that. You're going to roll some dice. You're going to move around. You can get into your characters and say the crazy lines like, here is Mr. Keach. Howdy, stranger. You can say stuff like that, or you can come up here to the station master. Here comes the 315, or whatever you want. It's a fun game. It's simple to play. It's one step up from Dr. Lucky, but it's still super family level game. So this is Deadwood Studios USA. So let's go up to the top and see what we think about it. All right, so that was Deadwood Studios USA. James Ernest. He's a machine, man. He's got Kill Dr. Lucky, Save Dr. Lucky, the new game Island of Dr. Lucky, which is the best in that series. He has this game. He has Fish Cook, which we looked at before. I got another game coming up called Veritas that he's done. He's a beast. This game is probably, well, maybe with the exception of Fish Cook, this is my favorite game of his that I've played so far. It's easy to teach. It's along the same kind of simplicity as Kill Dr. Lucky, but this has a little more going on because you get to roll some dice, and dice always make games a little more interesting because you never know what's going to happen. So you're just moving around, acting, either performing your act or rehearsing to be better at what you're doing, or you're going to the casting office to level up your die. You're just trying to earn more money and more fame than everybody else. Easy game, fun, doesn't outstay its welcome. I highly recommend it. Go check it out if you haven't ever heard of this or want to know more after watching this review. Deadwood Studios USA, James Ernest. Thumbs up from us. So if you enjoyed this review, check us out on YouTube. You will see reviews from myself, Joel, Katie, and Kim. We also have a podcast that you can check out at bgmechanics.com. We have a Facebook page, facebook.com/theboardgamemechanics. We have Twitter, which is at bgmex, and we also have an Instagram, which is boardgamemechanics. You can find us on all those social mediums. So if you enjoy us or you think we're kind of okay and you want to see what else of other kind of mediocre stuff we can put out, go check it out. You might hear some mediocre stuff. You might see some mediocre stuff. You might wonder, that's what these guys look like. But whatever, I don't care. You can hate it, love it. Just go check us out. So yeah, that is Deadwood Studios USA by Cheapass Games. Hope you enjoyed it. And as always, keep gaming.